Have I talked about how much I like building Lego?
I don't think so.
Okay.
How much do you like building Lego? Scale of 1 to 800.
Oh man, like 750. The problem is that Lego
Woo!
costs 800. So Lego expensive.
Ain't that the truth?
I like building Lego. My wife likes building Lego. My son likes building Lego, and he likes to build Lego with us. But he's 4.
That can be a problem considering that you are the kind of
Yeah, put me on.
build it, put it on a shelf kind of guy.
Yes. And I very much, I like the meticulous, structured nature of it, where I get every piece perfectly lined up exactly where it needs to be before putting the next thing in. And there's like this really great meditative process of following the instructions and then finishing something, and it's finished and it's done.
Dude, you would go crazy for Gunpla.
I'm sure I would. I'm staying away because I only have so much money. But I was building Lego today, and as a way of distracting my son because my wife was taking a nap. I was like, let's build. We're working on. We got the Minas Tirith set, which don't Google it, but it's pretty cool. Because if you Google it,
I've seen it.
You're gonna make strong opinions about how I spend my valuable time and money. But the fun part about building Lego with my son is not only do I get the pleasure of building a cool part of the last bastion of humanity in the face of Sauron and Mordor and all the orcs, I get to have the fun of entering what is essentially a heated negotiation every time I need any piece for the page that I'm building from. Because the moment we pour the pieces out, he's like, I'm building a spaceship. And he just takes all the pieces and builds a spaceship. And I have to be like, hey, man, I need that chunky 2-pip that you got over there. And he's like, no, you don't. It's my spaceship. And so
I need that for my bastion, please.
Yeah, I actually
No,
you'll get it when I say you get it.
It's not a bastion anymore.
No, it's Rex's.
Forget about the bastion.
It's never gonna happen. He doesn't need a throne. I've got a spaceship. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is a bag that would normally take 10 minutes takes about 45, which is a good way of really expanding the amount of time that process takes. And then when it's all done, you get to wipe off all the grease from some of the pieces because one of us has sticky boy hands. And you can visibly tell which piece has been touched.
If it gives you any solace at all, so for Christmas, you and your wife gave me some Animal Crossing Lego sets.
Yeah, we did.
Very fun to put together.
Yeah.
They're currently on my shelf below all of the Gunpla.
Okay.
I am not a Gundam enjoyer, but I do like putting kits together, so that's my story.
Yeah, I get that.
And while I don't have sticky child hands all over my Lego, I do have Reuben boogers.
Yeah,
they are
he's
just above Reuben face height. Yeah, so
he's nasty.
We're all fighting our own battles, is what I'm saying.
Can I tell you a secret as we fade off into the intro music for the podcast?
Yeah.
It took me a long time to realize that Gunpla was code for building models and not an adult search term.
Oh.
Polydactyl.
Vociferous.
Bombastic.
Rectangle.
Big words for smart people.
Yeah, so I have a bit of a setup.
Okay.
That's gonna take your involvement.
Yeah.
So after I do the whole "Hey, welcome to BWASP" thing, we're gonna be like really aggro towards each other for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
You can be kind of improv-y. We'll kind of riff off of each other, but let me like initiate and then just kind of follow my lead.
All right.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Big Words for Smart People, the only podcast that makes dumb guys smarter and smart guys more smarter. I'm Frankie, and my pronouns are they, them.
I'm Eric. My pronouns are he, him.
Eric.
Yeah.
I got beef with you today, Eric. Eric,
Yeah.
I've heard the things you've been saying about me behind my back, Eric, about how the words that I bring in aren't worth the paper that they're printed on. Well, I'll tell you, they're printed on nothing except my gray matter, and that's priceless, you big dope.
They can't be printed on your gray matter, because if they were on your gray matter, they'd slide right off for how smooth that inside dome piece you've got is. Your words aren't worth the smells you put out.
Yeah, I bet you know a lot about sliding and grease, considering that big old greasy schnoz of yours. I'm surprised you can even say the words that you bring to this podcast through that big nose. You should be ashamed of yourself. Not like me, my nose is normal size because the cream of the crop will always rise to the top, I tell you what.
Frankie, your cream has soured, and I hate to come back to the smell well again, but it continues to smell like you always kind of smell, which is a little bit like soured cream. And also, your nose is just as big as mine, which means that if we were to be used as a figurehead on the front of a ship, it would easily part the seas before us, and you'd have the fastest vessel in the Queen's Armada. And also, your words stink. Yeah.
I'll kill you.
No. Hey, not if I kill you first.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm your Huckleberry. Let's dance.
Well, Huckleberry, I brought the big guns to this word shootout.
Okay. Draw, partner.
The word I'm gonna kick your ass with today is kayfabe.
All right, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about kayfabe.
Kayfabe. Frankie, how is kayfabe spelled?
Kayfabe. Kayfabe.
Kayfabe. It's
okay.
Cool. What's kayfabe?
Kayfabe is a noun.
One of those. A classic here on BWASP, a noun.
Everyone's favorite.
It's usually one of those. Could be a noun, could be a verb. We don't do a lot of adjectives, but those are there too.
As for what a noun is, do not ask me. I do not know.
I don't know. It's the foundation of all language. The noun, like people or places or things. We do a lot of things here on Big Words for Smart People.
So kayfabe is a word that's mostly used in a wrestling context, but it's kind of broken containment a little bit. We'll get to that. But it is, per our friends at Merriam-Webster, the tacit agreement between two professional wrestlers and their fans to pretend that overtly staged wrestling events, stories, characters, and etc. are genuine.
Okay.
So basically the suspension of disbelief, not only from the audience, but also from the wrestlers themselves. Everybody's in on the joke. Everybody knows it's fake, but everybody's really into it anyway. And maybe even the kayfabe is part of the reason why you're so into it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's fun. It's fun to like play into like the ridiculous nonsense and the supernatural decisions and like the decisions all of a sudden this person's a heel and yeah.
Exactly. It kind of has some of the same feelings, I think, as like doing D&D, right? It's like everybody knows it's fake. Everybody involved is invested in the story, and that makes the story feel more fun and more real.
Playing with a toddler is a lot of kayfabe. Like, yeah, man, for sure.
So, yeah, this is a phenomenon that I'm really interested in. I also think it's a really interesting word etymologically.
Okay.
It is by a wide margin the youngest word that we've ever talked about on this podcast.
Go on.
Its first recorded usage was in 1988. It's so little. It's a little cute baby word right here in my hands. It's so sweet.
Okay.
But that said, the etymology of it is extremely, extremely unclear.
Okay.
There are some people who think that it comes from Pig Latin. And there is a case to be made there, you know.
Oh, because fake.
Okeyfabey, or Okeyfabey, I guess.
Okeyfabey.
Yeah.
Kayfabe. You've got Kay.
Well, that is certainly a
She's
possibility.
got her fabes.
Exactly.
This is my favorite food to eat. It's tacos, and I love them.
It's likely that the Pig Latin thing is a false friend, though, and it probably actually comes from Carney speak, and I could do a whole series of episodes on Carney talk. I think it's so cool.
Okay.
And this is supported by the fact that modern wrestling, as we know it, has its roots in like traveling carnivals. I actually did some research for this. I looked into some of the editions of the, what is it called? The Pro Wrestling Studies Journal, which is a thing, it turns out. Can you believe it?
Cool.
These are like actual academics across like fields, like all sorts of fields looking at pro wrestling. It's genuinely very cool. I will post a link. I want everybody to read this journal. It's very interesting. But taken from a piece called Notes on Kayfabe by Benjamin Litherland. At the turn of the 20th century, professional wrestling developed as a carnival sideshow and vaudeville entertainment where legitimate sports people demonstrated exhibitions as entertainment in addition to like legitimate wrestling sporting contests. But by the 20s and 30s, the legitimate sporting competition had been disregarded almost entirely, and the exhibitions were all that remained. So the showy, flashy, fake stuff. These exhibitions continued to be presented by promoters and wrestlers as a legitimate sport. This is where the suspension of disbelief
tongue-in-cheek thing of like, no, we're legitimate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The strongest man in Ohio is going to beat up the strongest man in Kentucky. Come see it here in North Dakota State Fair. I don't know.
Yeah. And then that spirals to like, the strongest man in the North Dakotas is going to fight a man who drank raven blood and has the power of 8 ravens.
Yep. Continuing to read from Benjamin Litherland's piece, various forms of entertainment, characters, masks, comedy, dramatic narratives between good and evil were integrated into the show.
Yeah.
As you've so astutely pointed out. To a greater and lesser degree depending on the local and national context. Claims of legitimacy were maintained, albeit with differing degrees of commitment, until the 1970s and 80s, producing a long-standing confusion from the press about professional wrestling's cultural status. So kayfabe has been built into it. It's been there from the very beginning. There's even a special term for people who believe that everything in wrestling is real. They're called marks.
Okay. Understandable.
Yeah. So you see a lot of mentions of kayfabe these days outside of the context of wrestling, mostly applied to politics.
Yeah.
Mostly applied to the Republican Party. That's a fucking bummer, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about that in our podcast.
Yeah. But also, quick flag. Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, carry on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of posturing. It's a lot of knowing that what's going on and what's being said isn't earnest.
Yeah.
But the spectacle of it is part of the experience.
There's a lot of like being willing to, like, we talk about like suspension of disbelief like a lot in other spaces that I think kind of runs parallel to this, like this willingness to be like, okay, yeah, I know it's dumb and isn't real or couldn't really happen, but if I just pretend like it could happen, this thing is more enjoyable, right? I think that's a lot of television. Like you see it in anime a lot, because I watch a lot of anime. Because like a lot of anime is being like, I know it's dumb, and I know they're like making things with their hands, and now a giant frog appeared, and that person can't die because he drank weird potion, and also like that's all fun. But the same thing applies to like, I don't watch them, but like lots of the dramatic, like we put 18 hot angry people on a boat and now we're gonna watch and see who fucks or gets thrown over the edge, or like I took 6 horny teenagers and put them in a space shuttle and we're gonna see what happens when they come back home again. or The Bachelor. Like, it's also kayfabe.
20 teenagers on a space shuttle is really fucking funny, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was one of the pieces that I read that said pretty much that exactly. Like, pro wrestling isn't just a sporting event, it's also melodrama. It is conflict, both real and simulated. It's soap opera.
Yeah.
It's Shakespeare sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's shown in anime. Like, I was looking into the tropes that go into whether that go into like the characters of like faces and heels.
Yeah.
And faces are like universally like humble. They're really like technically gifted, like physically skilled, you know.
They can talk out of a situation. They can get people on their side by just talking.
They're hardworking underdogs.
Yeah.
You know, shonen types. Shonen anime types. Meanwhile, heels are narcissists, egomaniacs, sadists, authority figures. That's a big one. You see a lot of like bosses and kings.
Yeah.
And you see this less nowadays, but especially in the 80s, there were a lot of caricatures of foreigners.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeesh, that one's not great.
We moved. I'm. As far as I know, we moved away from that one, and I think that's for the best.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Like, I like the idea that, like, I've always enjoyed the idea of people who like are into wrestling, who are like, you'll ask them like, who's your favorite, and they'll be like, it's Nakamura. But then they'll be like, but he's a heel right now, so like I'm not really watching that much. But I like, they say it with this idea of being like, in a couple of weeks that will get boring, and then he'll be a good guy again, and it'll be somebody else's turn to play the bad guy. And I have to feel like if
exactly.
If you are a wrestler, you're like, it's my time to be just a nasty dude. I'm so excited. I get to get booed at. I get to be real grimy and terrible and weird. And I can't wait for my heel turn. My turn to be a heel. My heel turn.
I'm going to be the trash man.
Exactly.
You really hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that phenomenon is not unique just to wrestling, right? Because like, God, this is literally like word for word a Seinfeld bit, but like, you can have like your favorite player on your favorite, let's say, baseball team, and you're just like cheering for them. You have their jersey, you're their biggest fan. They go to another team, they put on a different shirt. Suddenly, you're booing them. You hate that person.
You hate that person.
I hate that shirt.
They're evil. I mean, hey, hey, Frankie, when you're parenting, sometimes my wife and I have had like, this is getting out of hand. I'm going to take a heel turn. I'm going to have to be the bad guy for a little. Like, we call it being the bad guy. It's committing to being like, nope, I'm just going to be real crappy about this. So you don't have to. So there's still an anchor point. But like, we need to shift the trajectory for where we're going. Right? I'm so envious of people who have bought in to wrestling in that way of like, I know it's not real, but it's real to me, kind of like I understand the kayfabe and I'm in it. I remember being 13, 14, and alone in my room, not doing what you think. Instead, the little box TV we had on the shelf that we usually used to play N64 or maybe GameCube at the time.
Oh, I remember that. And
it had an antenna setup on it that if you're really lucky, you could maybe get a channel to come in. I remember
one time getting a very, very staticky episode of The Simpsons on that.
I got a staticky image of WWE wrestling coming in, and I was like, ooh, I know my parents don't want me to watch this. Sorry, Mom. This is the thing that like all of my rural friends at school are like really into.
It sounded very euphemistic. My scare quotes rural friends.
It was the ones with rat tails, Frankie. I don't know what to tell you.
I know what you meant. I just thought that was a really funny way to say it.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And I watched 30 to 40 minutes of it, and I was like, nothing happens. It was mostly people talking and ads. And then I chickened out and turned it off before anybody actually wrestled because I didn't want to get caught watching wrestling. And now I realize my parents were saving me from the boredom of like, I wasn't bought in. I didn't know who these people were. I didn't know what under that guy was taking things to. Like, did not have the access point. to be able to. I felt the same way about of wrestling as I felt about monster trucks, where I knew that Gravedigger existed, but I didn't know what that was about either. But that requires a little bit less kayfabe to access.
Yeah, a car is always going to be a car.
Car, Smith, squish other car.
One of the interesting things about wrestlers is that it's just the lengths they go to keep kayfabe. Like, breaking kayfabe is like
anathema
most of the time.
Yeah,
it's very bad. Yeah, there are sometimes where kayfabe is broken because somebody gets like legitimately hurt.
Because somebody got a ladder on their neck, and you're like, "Uh-oh, I'm supposed to be the bad guy, but I think that man died." Like, wait a minute.
Well, the ladder was supposed to be on their neck, but it didn't fall on their neck just exactly right, and then they were paralyzed.
Yeah, cool.
That does happen.
Great.
Yeah, not often, but it does happen.
Good.
Sometimes when the scripted performance just doesn't go right, and then other times it's, just due to like conflict or just like human mistakes. Like,
but also,
I was looking into like,
yeah, go ahead.
I was looking into like notable instances of people breaking kayfabe, and there's like, oh my god. A lot of these are from the 80s, but it was a lot of people like saying the N-word. Like, not supposed to do that. Not supposed to do that as a face, especially.
Yeah, don't do that. Uh-oh. Well, I think there's also like, I've always wondered, it's fun to like lay in bed and think about other jobs I wish I had access to. I wish I was one of the people who like was the mastermindy kind of like, I'm going to use the scare quotes to say the word writer because I'm sure it's way more complicated than anything I know about, but like the people behind the scenes who are putting together what would be the most interesting and compelling narrative for these wrestlers to engage in, knowing that after any given show, anything you planned could be destroyed because somebody accidentally jumped wrong and now that person's in the hospital and that was the linchpin for the entire performance. And like, how do you leverage the current status for each of these characters, which are really like loose shells they've crammed some ideas into for the given show, to rearrange them so it still feels like it's within the canon for the people who are following, but is interesting and has surprises. And like that level of like on the fly narrative design sounds amazing to me. Don't hit me with a chair. Let me write out the inspirations for why someone else is getting hit by a chair. That sounds really cool.
Right.
I love that idea.
I think the closest parallel to that would probably be soap operas.
Probably.
Because you have these
writing anime. Let's be honest.
Or writing. Well, anime you still have like you can be fairly confident that your voice actors will still be there, and animators are replaceable, writers are replaceable, so it's a lot more stable. But like with a soap opera, like you have these like daily tapings, daily releases. If one of your actors is sick, if they decide they don't want to do the show anymore, if they ask for a raise and are let go, then like suddenly you have to pivot the whole thing.
Or you killed them.
That's where the kayfabe comes in.
Because they asked for a raise, and they came back 3 seasons later because they couldn't get a better job.
I'm their evil twin. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's these really over-the-top narratives that are kept alive by this like participatory, like shared acceptance of the narrative.
That's just what it is. Like, don't worry about it. Yeah,
I think that's really special.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
So I'm personally not super into wrestling. Although I think I am after doing this research. I have to say,
that sounds about right.
I'm gonna I'm gonna post some links to some of the sources that I read, even if I haven't read them out loud in the episode itself, because I did like way more writing than I needed to. I want to take a few minutes to talk about Macho Man Randy Savage because wow, I'm enamored.
Okay.
He's so fun. I was really trying to channel a little bit of Macho Man in my little pre-show kayfabe showdown thing, but I didn't want to be too derivative, so I didn't want to go like, oh yeah, but I couldn't resist the cream rises to the top because God, it's so good.
I wish I'd known that because I was getting really big spaghetti Western vibes, so that's kind of where I went with you.
It worked though. You could be the hawk-nosed kid.
Yeah.
That was mean. I'm sorry. Wait, no, I'm not. It's kayfabe. Huh.
Yeah. No, I'm for sure.
Just kidding.
That's your heel turn. The hawk-nosed kid is not a hawk-nosed Ranger.
I would say you'd be a face, but woof.
All right, Frankie. I got other shit I could be doing right now. Thank you very much.
So the Macho Man,
Yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage, really flipped pretty regularly between being a face and a heel. If there are any Macho Man historians out there who want to set the record straight, please come on a future episode. We would love to have you. But like when he very first started in his career, he was a heel, and then he flipped to being a face. That was really early before he joined WWF, so I'm not quite sure about that period. But when he first started blowing up in WWF, he was like big time a heel, and his gimmick, so his persona, that's what they're called, gimmicks. That he was this like egomaniacal rageaholic who was like super super jealous and possessive of his manager, whose stage name was Miss Elizabeth. Who was actually his real life manager and his partner.
Okay.
So he was like super possessive, super jealous, and would beat the shit out of anybody just for looking at her. So like that was his shtick, you know?
Yeah.
The thing is, he was really, really popular despite being a heel, and usually when the heel comes out, people are supposed to boo and hiss, and just, you know, that's the energy that the crowd is supposed to bring, but like people just liked him so much that they weren't booing, so he kind of like soft turned to being a face.
Okay.
And then he like adjusted his character accordingly, so instead of being super jealous and possessive, he was defending his manager's honor, you know, things like that. So he did that for a little while, and then being a face got boring, or Miss Elizabeth decided that she wasn't into it anymore, so Randy Savage betrayed Hulk Hogan after a brief team up, and then went back to being an arrogant a heel, playing the role of an arrogant king.
Okay.
Yeah. So it really feels so much like a soap opera. Like, you can just do whatever. The bigger, the more ridiculous, the better.
It's jazz, baby.
It's all jazz, baby.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I plug something before we close out here that is tangentially related, but I think is worth people celebrating?
Go for it.
Have you listened to John Darnell's, let's see, is it his 15th album, studio album, because he has a bunch of the On the Hill tape tracks that are just arguably unlistenable but very raw.
I saw a dog. It was brown.
That dog represents alcohol. And okay, have you listened to
My
Beat the
mother
Champ?
is dead.
The dog. Have you listened to the album Beat the Champ?
I think so. Maybe not.
With your newfound love for pro wrestling, go and re-listen to Beat the Champ. It's got like the whole, it's a concept album about pro wrestling. And it's John Darnell of the Mountain Goats fame using pro wrestling and the idea of kayfabe to explore the way that we ourselves interact with troubling subjects like death, loss, and failed successes. And so, like, it's under the guise of, like, pro wrestling and songs about these, like Chavo Guerrera and all these really cool songs. But when you peel it back just a tiny bit, he's acknowledging and, like, there's a kayfabe that we have for wrestling where we all pretend it's true and assume things are okay. And we, even though if we know it's not, we just kind of roll with it. So how does that map to losing a close family member, and how do you act in the face of death or like relationships falling apart? And like, where is the kayfabe and the breaking of kayfabe, and when does kayfabe break? When you're watching someone destroy themselves trying to accomplish something you know they'll never accomplish. And it's this really awesome and incredible exploration through this like very focused passion project, and also John Darnell's love for essentially minor league wrestling. Like,
that's where the real interest is, I feel.
It's really, that was a vector for it. But if you're interested in this at all, it's a phenomenal album. It's worth listening to, and that's immediately where I went to when you're like kayfabe, and I'm like, I know what this is. I know where we're going here.
That's a really, really strong recommendation. Thank you.
Yeah.
On a similar note, if you're looking for a different song about fighting that'll make our father cry, you can listen to The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. If you want to make our father cry, listen to that song. Whatever.
Yeah, to kind of wrap it up here, I the thing that I keep thinking about with kayfabe is not only the suspension of disbelief, but just like the participatory role of the audience.
Yeah.
The live audience, right? Like it's not just the wrestlers that make the show; it is also the audience, and I think that's a special kind of.
It's a communal kayfabe.
Magic.
It's really cool to be part of that community. That you're part of the action. You get to engage with it. To
quote one more thing from this journal that I read, this is from Work, Kayfabe, and the Development of the Proletarian Culture by David S. Moon. This was a wild read, and I didn't talk about it enough.
Woof.
Pro wrestling is a live physical performance enacting interpersonal combat, at the core of which is a connection between the performers and the in-person audience. This performance is held together by this connection, which involves a willing suspension of disbelief, wherein both performers and audience all keep kayfabe. Everybody keeps kayfabe.
Yeah.
It's up to us to keep kayfabe. All of us. For the proletariat. I'm getting silly with it, but it was a really cool piece. I'll link it. Yeah.
If you...
No,
give me
You're
your Pokemon.
Forgetting again.
Pokemans.
Yeah.
Hall
I was
Lucha
ready
2.
for this one.
The heel Lucha.
Hall Tucha.
Heel Tucha. The Squeakle. It's the Squeakle.
The Pokemon that I brought in today should probably have an evolution, but I haven't thought that far ahead.
Okay.
The Pokemon I brought in today is called Okeyfabey.
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 Is this like Okie Dokie from the
Take your time.
DLC, the Area Zero DLC of Scarlet and Violet?
Oh, I didn't buy that because I didn't want to pay 120 euros for a half of a game that I didn't like.
It was the best part of the game, but I totally get it.
Yeah, but then I'd be paying 120 euros for half of a game, and the rest I did not like.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okeyfabey is a little chubby baby shrub bush thing.
Yeah, it's clearly the first evolution, huh?
Definitely a first evolution. Okeyfabey. Yeah.
Okeyfabey.
Oak, baby,
oh.
kayfabe, Okeyfabey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it needs to train and fight to get strong. And it emits this scent. Oh, it's fighting grass, by the way. Yeah. It emits a scent that awakens the fighting spirit of a competitor and also invites others to bear witness to the combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing one being trained up by like a Incineroar. And like Incineroar's like, I'm gonna get you where you need to be, man. And I'm gonna for your first match, I'll be your heel. And it's gonna be like,
oh god,
yeah.
Oh my god, I was definitely picturing Pyroar, and I was like, it's just gonna burn this baby. What are you talking about?
Incineroar. It's the wrestling
Incineroar.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally.
There's like 5 wrestling Pokemon. You've also some Torracat.
This one is gonna evolve into some kind of. It's Macho Man Randy Savage, but his beard is a bush.
You know what it needs to do? It needs to be
a
split evolution where if you use a Dawnstone, it becomes a protagonist, but if it uses a Duskstone, it becomes a heel version. And so there's 2 versions. There's one that's
dude, we need to get Mr. Pokemon on the line. Or
beep,
Miss
beep, beep.
Pokemon.
Hello, Miss Pokemon. Mixed Pokemon. Haha, we got there at the same time. If
I
you
have $1 million idea for you.
If you want to sponsor our Pokemon spinoffs, like, comment, subscribe, follow, leave comments in the show notes below. We're on YouTube. Share YouTube videos with people, what have you. If you have an experience that you want to share about like how you got into like wrestling, or like what was it like learning the kayfabe? Like, you don't just pick it up, right? Like, tell us. We'd love to hear it. That would be really cool.
What role does kayfabe play in your life?
Yeah.
I want to know.
What kayfabe are you putting on to just get through the day? We all know it's not today, okay, but we're all pretending like it is. In New America, Tell me about the bees.
I heard you were talking shit about our bees. Well, I won't stand for it. I'm gonna take you into that ring and I'm gonna sting you 1,000,000 times, which I can do because I myself am not a bee. I'm just a very motivated bee fan who also has a thumbtack. And I'm gonna fucking get you. Our bees are made by Lava Salmon. You can find more from her in the show notes.
Oh, I'm a velvet ant, brother, and I'm going to get you real good.
Look, but don't touch.
Take us home, Frankie.
We hope you have a very kayfabe week, brother.
Oh, brother, yeah.
Yeah, the cream rises to the top.
Yeah. What? What? Where'd you get Jello? No way. You want to come in here for a second?
I did get Jello. For real life, I did.
Why don't you sit here for a second, and when Frankie comes back, you can say hi to Frankie. All right. Talking to the microphone? Can you hear yourself?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That's fun. What do you want to say to everybody?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Who's that?
Say hi.
Hi.
You can talk. You got it. You know those words.
Hi.
Here, sit up some so Frankie can see. All right.
Feeling shy?
Hi. I went to the grocery store.
Whoa, that's cool. What are you gonna get?
I got Jello. Jello?
Oh,
Jello.
wow. What kind?
The green flavor.
Oh, that's a really good flavor.
Say bye, Frankie, so I can do my next episode.
Bye, Frankie. I love you.